Team. T-E-A-M. Team. Fernando Santos. You know how to spell that. I don't need to spell that for you. Fernando Santos. These are the two key hallmarks here. I said something out and I think I still believe it. That might be the best team performance under the circumstances that I've possibly ever seen. You know, you can talk about Pepe's amazing Euros and his defending. You can talk about what Sanchez did. You can talk about that amazing goal by Eder. But the team, that's what Portugal did in that final. For me, that is one of the greatest displays of character I've possibly ever seen in a football team. Because the key thing here, as I told you, in this football hall, maybe that's why, you know, this channel really isn't as popular as other ones. I'm not a fame whore, you know. I don't buy into the Cristiano v Messi thing. I don't care about that. I already know who is the better player. I don't buy into, oh, Cristiano now has a national medal, Messi doesn't, so this puts him one over. That's for idiots who don't understand football. Those are for the morons. The Cristiano v Messi debates are for morons who don't understand football. I speak to the real football people. And for this is that this isn't about Cristiano. He held them together, but this isn't about Cristiano. This is about Renato Sanchez. This is about Pepe. This is about Andre Gomez. This is about Jamal Mario. This is about Eder. This is about Nani. It's about Jose Fonts. This is about Guerrero. This is about the team. Because this was a team performance. You look at France, and I think for France, you know, I don't think they did their homework on who they were playing. Because they must have known that this is a very tough defensive team. And it is a very tough defensive team, which is the point Henry was making. You need somebody who can beat a player. You're not gonna pass these guys through. If you rely on, pass, you may get one or two good opportunities like the one that Geniac had, but that's not good enough. You need to make the numbers work for yourself. You need to create 3-4 great chances, not just a one great chance. And to create 4 or 5 great chances, you need dribblers. You need guys who can beat people. You need guys who can take on people. And that's where Martial comes in. This game was screaming for a player like Martial, because Martial gives you a lot more than Coman gives you. So obviously it was a tight game and everything, but I think, you know, for Portugal, I think once Cristiano came off injured, I said France have to win this now. Because France now know that Portugal pretty much their main goal threat is out of it. And they will know that. And I think what they assumed was this is going to suck out any bits of belief or hope or energy that this Portuguese team had. But how Portugal responded was incredible. Because I assumed that, okay, they're all bow down to Cristiano. Once their idol and their figurehead has gone, they're just going to play for penalties. They're not really going to believe in themselves. But these guys, they kept themselves in the game. They kept themselves in the game. They kept themselves in the game, and they were just so hard to break down. Pepe was incredible. Pepe's defending was... This is a guy who started as a defensive midfielder. And I think Deschamps should have looked at it and say, we're not really breaking these guys down. Let me play Pogba further up in the pitch. Playing Pogba as a defensive midfielder, it's not working. Pogba, he instructed him, Pogba, play further up the pitch. Let Matuidi do all that job in the defense. Play further up the pitch, take shots, drive into the hearts. Because Sissoko was doing all of the driving into the midfield. That should have been Pogba as well. But the game was screaming for Martial. Giroud was not going to do anything against that defense. Against the defense, he just was not going to do anything. So, but and once extra time came, you know, you just saw, especially how Portugal were playing. Portugal was saying that, yeah, you know, penalties looks most likely because France, they're in the ascendancy. We're missing our goal threats, but we're like, why can't we win this? And what did I say in my preview or my post about Portugal? Why not? You have to ask the question, why not? And that's why Fernando Santos said, because Fernando Santos could have easily brought on another defender and said, look, let's keep it tight, let's just go to penalties and you know, take a look there. But he said, you know what? Because he made a big decision. He made a big decision. He said, you know what? In their home ground, I'm going to put on Eder. And once Eder came and I said, look, this guy ain't doing nothing. And life is ironic like that. And you know what? That's an incredible goal. Because to hold it up, to turn, and to have the courage and the audacity to strike that ball and to beat Lloris from that far out, amazing. I mean, for Lloris, the bounce killed him, because you can't say he could have done better. That bounce killed him. So, you ask yourselves, where did France lose this? And for me, I think that France lost it in the sense of they didn't respect how tough defensively Portugal would be. And you can say Benzema should have been brought, but no, I think the main thing is Martial. That is the key thing. With Martial on that pitch, it can be a different game. And then because France had to force the issue, because that Portugal were not going to come on attack, especially the moment that Cristiano came off, Deschamps should have made that change of, I'm going to put on Martial, I'm going to drive it through. I'm going to tell Martial, take shots, keep going at them, keep going at them. And even what I was saying is that crowd, I think that was a crowd in Paris. I wasn't feeling that crowd. They should have gone to Marseille, because that crowd was not as hyped and as hyper as the crowd in Marseille. Remember, because I assumed that first 10 minutes France would be like what they did against Germany, but it's a different crowd who just did not have the kind of thuggery and the kind of vibrancy that the Marseille crowd had. But I think, Fernando Santos, a statue has to be built of him, because he's the true hero. Because I think the worst thing that's going to happen, which is what I'm seeing all over Twitter and Facebook, is, Cristiano has finally won a medal. It's finally won a medal. No, Cristiano, he played a very key role. Scoring against Wales, scoring in Hungary. And even when he came off injured, he came onto the sideline and was there to really spur on his team and really cheer them on. But he's not the hero here, and he shouldn't, and the spotlight shouldn't be on him. The spotlight has to be on the team and Fernando Santos. Because for Fernando Santos, man, he knew that this isn't the Portugal of João Pinto, who was actually on the side and actually recognized it. This isn't the Portugal of João Pinto, of Rui Costa, of Figo, of Nuno Gomes. This is a team that is, worse than them, but there are a few good players here. So he had to play, because he coached a team to win. He didn't coach a team to be entertaining, to, try and, have fun. No, he coached a team to win. And that is what he did. And this guy is, as I said, a statue has to be built of him, because for me, I believe he is the key reason why Portugal won these Euros, because tactically, strategically, these guys were perfect. Because you look at how hard they were to break down, how defensive they were, how structured they were. That is tactics. That comes from the manager. But I just want to know, this is just a perfect display of, as I said before, sometimes you have individuals and heroes. Like Brazil in 2002, Ronaldo was the hero. Ronaldo spoiled them through. Ronaldo scored that solo goal against Turkey, and he scored those 2 goals in the final. That was Ronaldo being the individual and hero. To an extent, you see what Maradona did in 86. You see what Zidane did in 98. This was different. Sometimes you have those heroes, but then sometimes you have, obviously, Pele as well, but sometimes you have the team effort. This was a team effort. This was a team that said, okay, our superstar, our goal scorer is off. So what? Who cares? Chin up, chest out, let's go and win this. And we're not winning this for Cristiano. No, we're winning this for Portugal. We're winning this because this would be a detriment to every Portuguese person if we let our heads drop and we be fully negative and not try and win this game because of one player. So the response to Cristiano going on, the response to the Portuguese team is amazing. So even for the French people, they have to be like, man, that's amazing. Because I think even for France, they're like, how did we lose this? Their main striking threat gone, how did we lose this? But they have to just sit back, let the tears run through and say, that is an amazing team effort against the odds. Against the odds. And it goes back to my point of like, this, which I've always said, this was never a one-man team. There are good players in this team. And by Portugal winning this final in the way they did, they show that there are good players. And I'm starting a hashtag now. So all of my Portuguese people, I'll probably put the hashtag in the description box. The hashtag is Pepe for Ballon d'Or. I don't care about the Ballon d'Or. The football hot won't probably be around next year for the Ballon d'Or because, this may be one of my last few videos. But what I'm going to say is that I'm not going to be watching the Ballon d'Or or covering it. But for those of you that do, keep this hashtag going, hashtag Pepe for Ballon d'Or, because for me, Pepe, if you're going to pick a player of the tournament, Pepe was the player of the tournament. His defending was incredible. If Pepe is into this team, I don't know whether Portugal will get this far. So to round off, to conclude, for France, unfortunate, they beat the world champions. They looked good, but I think France, they look back on it and they'll say to themselves that, yes, it's a final. Yes, it's obviously a bit nervous, but they could have done a little bit more to really ride through. They could have done a little bit more to really win this, and be a lot more attacking, a lot more on the front foot, as they were against Germany in that game. But for Portugal, man, you have to round of applause. Round of applause for Portugal. This was not an individual or a superstar winning it. This was one of the greatest display, possibly the greatest display of a team coming together, using character, some blood, sweat, and tears to say, we will win this against all and every odds. We will dig in, and we will dig in, we will defend. We will defend as a team, we will attack as a team, and we will win this as a team. So even at the end, I was like, you know what? That is an incredible achievement. And these 11-23 people, they will go down in history. And Ede, man, from notoriety to scoring the most decisive goal in Portuguese history. That is incredible. Guys, it's been swell. I thank you for following me on this Euro 2016. It's been a ride. I appreciate what of you've all done and how you've watched this with me and joined me with this. I bid you adieu and farewell. Mucho gracias. Thank you very much. Eshe, as we say in Yoruba, for watching my videos. And yeah, that's about it. Adios and good day, man. This is Half Hope signing off finally. Peace.